Hello friends, we are reviewing Scott brand foil model for reviewing. Subscribe me and like the video. Thanks, let's continue. The 2023 Scott Foil RC is one of the new age of air street bicycles that are pitched as quick all-rounders. Scott has totally upgraded the foil for 2023. After separate updates to add circle brakes and completely coordinate the links, this most recent foil is apparently the main significant redesign of the stage since the second age foil sent off in 2016. Scott says that compares to a 16-watt saving at 40 kph or a 1-moment 18-second efficient over 40 kilometers. The new Scott Foil RC frame set highlights refreshed, shortened aerofoil tube shapes all through. While the past foil was expected to adjust streamlined features, weight, and solace by utilizing generally little camtail aerofoil tubes, the new Foil RC frame set seems to share considerably more, practically speaking, with a period preliminary bicycle. The casing, fork, and seat post utilize recognizably more profound shortened aerofoil tube shapes than previously, while the seat tube embraces the back tire firmly. That Scott has rolled out these improvements while keeping the weight generally low is noteworthy, particularly as the Foil RC expert purposes Scott's second-level HMX, as opposed to HMX SL, carbon layup. The casing, fork, and seat post utilize recognizably more profound shortened aerofoil tube shapes than previously, while the seat tube embraces the back tire firmly. That Scott has rolled out these improvements while keeping the weight generally low is noteworthy, particularly as the Foil RC expert purposes Scott's second-level HMX, as opposed to HMX SL carbon layup. The Foil RC Genius frame set utilizes an ostensibly second-level carbon layup, yet it's still bounty light and stiff. It is odd. Scott has picked what is ostensibly every second-level carbon layup on this form, which includes Shimano's lead Dura Pro Di 2 R9200 group set and wheels, while the lightest HMX SL layup is saved for the SRAM, Red ETAP AXS prepared foil RC Extreme form, which costs an incredible £15,899. There are unquestionably quicker taking care of race bicycles out there, like the Block Lightning C, 68X SL, or Particular S-Works Landing Area SL7. These will generally feel more energetic at slow paces, yet conversely, I viewed the Foil RC as a touch more sure at high velocities. This thusly gives you incredible certainty whether pushing hard on drops or cruising on moving territory. As you'd expect, the strong frame set isn't seen as needing for accelerating or front-end solidness, and it doesn't feel like you're carrying any additional stuff uphill either, albeit that is obviously helped by the Dura Pro form spec. Solace levels are additionally amazing, particularly at the backside, helped by the intensely dropped seat stays, higher volume back tire, and solace improving seat post. Tire leeway is authoritatively covered at 30 mm. However, it looks like there's space for somewhat more in practice. If you find you want more solace or hold, the Foil RC authoritatively has freedom for tires up to 30 mm. There is, notwithstanding, a lot of room left around the 700x28C back tire, which estimates 29 mm wide when swelled to 65 psi 4.5 bars. So that is reasonable, a modest approximation. The new Synchros Creston IC/SL coordinated cockpit loans, the front finish of the foil, a spotless front-facing profile. Scott has refreshed the Synchros Creston IC/SL incorporated cockpit, guaranteeing the new form spec'd here offers a 6-watt improvement at 40 kph contrasted with the past one. Practically, it works really hard. There's no way to see a flex while pulling on the drops, and the tops are likewise unobtrusively finished with a miniature spec example to add a little grasp without a trace of handlebar tape. Just the slopes and drops are taped to expand air effectiveness, which is a shrewd touch. This is imperative in light of the fact that however the scope of stem length and bar width mixes accessible for the coordinated cockpit is expansive. There are 19 unique blends altogether, from 80x 380mm to 130x 440mm. It isn't endless, and there's just a single bar shape on offer. To no one's surprise, my main objections with it are that the completely coordinated nature forestalls any positional advancements, except if you're willing and ready to trade the situation out. Luckily, Scott affirmed a vendor would have the option to do this at the place to check out. Conveniently, a non-coordinated stem for the Foil RC's 1-inch steerer is likewise accessible independently. Would it be a good idea for you need to utilize a completely unique handlebar, all things being equal? The new Scott Foil RC go on with a non-standard 1-inch steerer tube breadth. This implies you're restricted to utilizing the particular stem or coordinated handlebar Scott has intended for it. At the back of the bicycle, there's the new Duncan SL Air CFT seat post. As verified in our underlying report on the 2023 Scott Foil RC, it contains 3 separate parts: a thin front shaft, which goes about as the weight-bearing piece of the seat post, matched with a settling lower back segment and a rubberized filler for the hole at the top. According to an exhibition perspective, everything fills in as expected. You get the air advantages of a more profound aerofoil seat post, however the solace of a more slender, more adaptable one. The new Duncan SL Air CFT seat post is sharp and works effectively of making the new Foil RC an agreeable bicycle. Likewise to the Merida Reacto, there's likewise a choice to supplant the rubberized filler segment with a variant that has an incorporated backlight. The rubberized cover conceals an enormous cutout. The rub is, Scott suggests, cleaning and overhauling the entire plan each 1,000 kilometers. Indeed, even as somebody who is a sorry mile muncher, that feels to some degree a problem when most seat posts require no additional overhauling past the typical intermittent wipe down and regrease. Scott, our review. Thanks for following this far, and don't forget, work hard for a great ride and buy your dream bike. And I tell you from my own experience, it's the best feeling in the world. Not just a bike. Whatever, buy that dream and make it happen.